everyone. Today's unboxing is for a subscription service through Harlequin Books. Now Harlequin has a bunch of different book subscriptions. They're just books. They're new releases usually. For every line that Harlequin has, they have a subscription box for it. So if you like Harlequin Presents, if you like Love Inspired, Suspense, if you like, I don't know, they've got so many of them. So whatever one line that you like, you can actually subscribe and they will send you a box of their new releases at a little bit of a discount from buying them in the store. Now they are brand new and they don't give you that much of a discount. It's more just a, it's nice to get them shipped to you kind of thing. Harlequin is also not only, they're one of the oldest, well, I can't say for sure, but I think they're one of the oldest romance publishers around. They have been out for quite a while, and their subscription service is also they're like one of the original subscription box services. One thing that makes them different from everybody else currently is that they are you pay for it after you get the box kind of service. Normally, when you're doing a subscription service, you pay for it ahead of time, and then the box ships and you're good. So this one's nice if you get it and you don't want it that month, or say you can't afford it or something, or you meant to skip it but you forgot, you can actually, while it's still closed, you can write on it that you want to cancel it and just send it back to them, and then you're good to go. But I will say that because I'm used to all the subscription services where you pay up front, I have to make notes to remember to pay the invoice for this one afterward. So there is that. Okay, so along with the subscription lines that they also have some subscriptions that are, I would call them short-term subscriptions for different collections. So I think they have a couple for individual authors. It's usually by type of book. I know they have one for like cowboys, and it's like a few months subscription, and they send you cowboy romances, contemporary cowboy romances. That was one of them. This one here is the Love Inspired Trade collection. And what it is most of Harlequin's books are mass market paperbacks, so the smaller ones. The trade paperbacks, which are the ones I love to read because not only are they bigger, but they're also a little bit meatier in storyline because they're longer, they're thicker, right? So they're kind of dipping their toes into doing trade paperback publishing. And because of that, they don't have that many of them. They're kind of just starting to see if it'll take off, but they have offered this 4-installment subscription service of their trade collection. Now that is $35.97 a month. It includes tax and shipping, and you get 2 brand new trade paperbacks in that box. And then they give you a third, what they call free. Now, I don't consider it free. I calculate all that in the cost. So that makes it about $12 a book, which for trade paperbacks is a pretty decent price. All right. And they also ship to Canada. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This one, I'm going to call July 2022 because that's when I received it. But it is my 4th shipment. I believe this is the last one that I get in here. So let's take a look to see what came in it. Thankfully, it doesn't look like anything got damaged this month. Last month, I had a book that was damaged. I was really disappointed. Okay, so the first book that I have is an Amish fiction. Yes, I can judge it by the cover. It is called A Search for Redemption by Joanne Brown. And the copyright, you can see, is 2022. And this one, and by the way, I said trade paperback, and it is considered a trade paperback, but I will tell you, and it's just funny, that they are slightly smaller than normal trade paperbacks. Because when I put them on my shelf with my regular trade paperbacks, they were a little bit shorter. And I was like, that's kind of weird. All right. So what's this one about? It says, after losing both her fiancé and the happy life she anticipated, Amish Madel Grace Kaufman is still stitching the pieces of her life back together. But between working in a quilting shop with an unscrupulous English boss and caring for her ill parents, her threads keep unraveling. At first, the arrival of a kind, attractive stranger feels like a coincidence. But the more Grace learns about Joel Beachy and his story, the more their meeting seems like providence. Joel's return to Bliss Valley and the Plain People is his last chance to redeem a life filled with missteps. Yet in Grace, Joel finds something he never imagined: trust, courage, and even the possibility of hope. When Grace suddenly finds herself the guardian of her nephews, Joel sees an opportunity to keep two wayward boys from repeating his mistakes. But Joel's dark past isn't quite finished with him, and now he must pray that his new life is strong enough to withstand the pending storm and trouble and secrets. Okay. Now, the next one I have, let's just pull this one out. Ooh, oh, I'm excited about this one. This one is Her Darkest Secret. It's by Jessica R. Patch, and it is romantic suspense. And I actually have been eyeing this one, and I'm super excited that I got it, because romantic suspense is one of my favorite kinds of reads. Okay, so what's this one about? It says, the sight of a goose feather in a murder scene modeled after a children's poem is enough to make FBI Special Agent Fiona Kelly's blood turn to ice. Almost 2 decades ago, a feather was left with her sister's body, and with every subsequent victim of the nursery rhyme killer, now he's back. Only this time, his latest gruesome murder is a message to the only one who ever got away, Fiona. Finding rhyme is an obsession that's fueled Fiona's career and destroyed her marriage to fellow FBI agent Asa Kodiak. Now Fiona and Asa have to put their past tensions aside and work together one last time. But Rhyme is watching, and catching this killer may force Fiona to reveal her biggest, darkest secret, the only one he knows. Ooh, intriguing. Okay, and then the last one. This one I'm going to say is what they call the freebie. This is by Hannah Alexander. It is called Hideaway. This is probably romantic suspense. I'll check in a second. I think this is an older one. I think this is what do they call it? A re-release? Yeah, this one was published in 2003. So this one is actually what they would consider the freebie. Although it's, in great shape. Well, it's a little bit bumped, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a romantic suspense, but let's see. It says, as an ER doctor, Cheyenne Allison is used to handling emergencies until her own sister codes on the trauma bed. Devastated, Cheyenne retreats to an isolated farm in Hideaway, Missouri. But peace and solitude are in short supply in this picturesque Ozarks town. A dangerous vandal has the community terrorized, and Cheyenne finds an unexpected demand for her medical skills. Mayor Austin Barlow is convinced the culprit resides in Cheyenne's charismatic neighbor, Dane Gideon, whose ranch for foster boys has given rise to previous violence. Cheyenne distrusts Austin, while Dane inspires her respect, and perhaps something more, although she can't share the faith that sustains him as the violence turns deadly. Then Cheyenne, already pursued by a past nemesis, becomes the vandal's target, and she can only hope that Hideaway will prove her sanctuary and perhaps a place to call home. All right. So that is everything that I got in my 4th installment of the Harlequin Love Inspired Trade collection. If you like this video, please take a moment to hit the like button down below. And also, if you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, it'll let you know when I post these unboxings. And as always, I love your comments. What did you think of this shipment? Have you read any of these books, particularly this one, since this one's not a new release? I have read a few of Hannah Alexander's books. They're pretty good romantic suspenses, I think. Or if you just want to say hi, that's okay too. I love your comments. I read and respond to them all. And that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. You guys are awesome. Have a great day.